Hi, my name's Todd, and this is the story of how I started Australian Pet Organics with my best buddy Tank. Tank has always been a super healthy dog. It wasn't until about 2 years ago that I started to realise he was getting a little bit weak in his back legs. It would happen early in the morning when he would get up, at the park after he'd been chasing a ball or playing with his sisters, but he really seemed to be in quite a bit of pain and he would collapse on his back legs quite regularly. As a result, I decided to take Tank to the vet. The vet then forwarded us on to a specialist at the University Veterinary Hospital, and it was there after a few scans and MRIs we found out that Tank was actually born with spina bifida, which meant that his spine didn't correctly form at birth. This is what was giving him the difficulties with mobility in his back legs and was leading him to a lot of pain and inflammation. The surgeon advised that the best course of action for Tank would be surgery on his spine. I knew after having a few health issues myself with my neck that surgery was very risky and also quite invasive. For Tank, I thought of some of the natural and organic remedies that really worked for me at that time. Things like bone broth powder, rosehip powder, green-lipped mussel powder, turmeric. They all helped to alleviate a lot of my symptoms and the pain and gave me a lot more mobility back. As a result, I started to add a lot of these supplements into Tank's diet, morning and night, and I immediately saw success within Tank. Within about 2 weeks, he was running again, he wasn't collapsing on his back legs, he was able to chase his sisters again and behave like a normal dog. In seeing this success with Tank, I thought I'd look to the market and see if there are existing products available for dogs along the lines of these. After looking at the market, I found that, shockingly, the Australian pet food market is largely unregulated. There is a pet food standard, but it's voluntary, which means that pet food companies do not have to adhere to all of the rules and regulations. This has led to a lot of things like artificial colours, preservatives and fillers being added to dogs' food, which I would never feed myself, so why would I feed it to my dog? This is what led me to come up with my own range of completely organic and natural pet treats and supplements. I worked with a vet and animal nutritionist who also happens to be a conservation scientist to come up with a range that would address common health issues in dogs. The range is one that completely ticks all of the boxes in the pet food standard and is also certified organic with the ACO, which means that all of our products are of the highest quality and are super healthy for your dogs. Fast forward 2 years and Tank has been on the supplements this entire time. He does still have spina bifida, but since he's been on these supplements, we've had subsequent visits to the vet, and it's clear that Tank is no longer experiencing pain, he doesn't have inflammation, and he's back to running around like he's a 3-year-old again. For me, this is something that I would always use on Tank, and so why not for all of your doggos out there? Isn't that right?